Hello, we're all good. So, thank you for coming and watching. So I'm going to go through these two matches I played on the weekend in the UK Open, and I'm going to try and explain my thought process, and I hope it proves helpful. First one was against Jerry White, who I think I've played before. And we played on this nice Bakelite board. Let me just check that. Okay, there we go. All right, so we start with nine. We're a 9-pointer, and gonna play the video. Hopefully it's not too jumpy and this kind of works, and then I can just fast forward when I need to. Although when I've got using the pop-out player, I'm not sure if it will let me do that. So let's see, hold on. Well, maybe we'll just have to wait. 5-2. So Jerry starts with a 5-2. Obviously he splits. I think it's just about watchable. I roll a double 2. Of course, I make 2 points. That's easy enough. Jerry rolls a 4-3, and now I was surprised by Jerry's play. I thought he should have just come out. I thought he should have just come out from the 22 point to the 15. So I'm just trying to get my arrows, because I love my arrows. Yeah, one sec. Sorry about all this messing about. And then yeah, so with Jerry's 4-3, I mean, he should have just come out like this to the 15. So I was surprised why he played 2 down. And the danger with playing these 2 down is that, of course, it gives me loads of targets to hit. It gives me 8s and 9s to hit in the outfield. And what else to say about it? So the 9s are not duplicated. So the 9 that will hit the checker on the 10 point, let me put it on the board, that'd be easier. This is what he did. Now the 9s that hit on the 10 point here are unduplicated, so it gives me an extra a good number. In other words, it gives me a swing on a 9, and then the 5-3 and the 5-3 is duplicated to hit on the checker on the 9 points, because the 5-3 will also hit the checker on the 3 points. But then I will have 6-2 and double 4 and double 2. Oops. Oh, I see why my arrows are not going to work. Silly old me. Alright, never mind. So let me try and get that here. Then I wonder. Okay, no, that ain't gonna work. Okay, well, let's see what we can do without the arrows. Okay, so his 4-3, he hit. I'm just going to have to do it on the hoof without... I don't even think I'm going to be able to go back. Can I? So I hit with a 6-2, he comes in with a 2-1, of course he has to hit. Oh, and now I was decided that I didn't like the clear of the orange dice, so I asked Jerry to he was very accommodating. Couldn't really see the orange dice, and now I had a 5-1, and my gut play was to come in on the 24 and play 8-3, because he's got 4 blots, he's got 3 blots in my inner board. Or in other words, if I don't attack, then he's just going to attack me. He's going to want to unload from his 8 point and his 9 point and his 6 point. And already I was uncomfortable. I was like, okay, well, I need to play well to get the G3 from BMAB. I need to not screw up. And I already didn't know what the right play was. What I didn't like about playing bar 24 hitting 8-3 is the fact that I would be leaving my checkers back on the 24 point, and so after making this play anyway, I was very unsure. And then Jerry had this 6-2, and I wasn't sure how he should play this at all. So the computer says that I should come in on the 24 and play 8-3, and it's like quite a sizable error. Then Jerry has this 6-2 to play. Come on. Don't want to give it away. And right. Okay, so that's how it looks after the play. So he's looking at it for a while, and I was sort of sure that leaving a blot on the midpoint after making the bar can't be right. It just gives me too much. It gives me 6-2, 5-3, double 4 to hit him. So I was thinking that he should, well, I'm thinking now that he should have come out, or maybe made the 22 and played 9-3. Anyway, I can see that, oh, now I can't click anymore. So what should he have done? Yeah, he should have made the 22, played 9-3. I cubed. I didn't think too long about it because I didn't want to trick myself out of not cubing. And I think my rationale... Can I pause this? Yeah. I think my rationale... I can pause it, but I can't go back with the cube. Was that I didn't want to miss cubes because I think it would be costly if I just missed continuous cubes. So I was thinking that if it wasn't going to be a double, it wasn't going to be a big no double. So I just doubled it. And then I rolled this double 5. Anyway, so let's see how this format goes. I've got the XG in picture. I don't know if anyone is still watching, but it will be uploaded next time. So yeah, I had this tricky double 5. It was all getting a bit uncomfortable. So what? I guess I knew I was playing 8-3 twice, but then I could have played 8-3 3 times and come out, but then I didn't want him to make the 2 and the 1 point, and I know that when your opponent has a very weak board, that you have to take advantage of it. So I did something where what did I do? I played 2 from the 8 point and hit on the ace, and then played 1 in from the 11, which was close to the right play. Jerry came in with a 2-1, and then I've got another, what I think was a tricky checker play. The first thing that I want to dismiss is switching, and what my focus here was to try and make the 8 point, and obviously I can't make the 8 point, and then I have to decide whether I'm going to keep the checker on the 8 point or not. And I suppose I decided not, because I thought if I keep the checker there slotted, then I can make it next go with maybe 3s and 5s. But, so, you know, the recap is that I had tricky decisions. The double I wasn't sure about, the 5-5 I wasn't sure about, the 5-1 I wasn't sure about. So I was under pressure. I like making the 22, and then you see I shuffle there back forever. Oh, I got 4 people. That's cool. Put a like on it. And it's bank holiday. Reiner vehicle really improved my mic quality, so I just left it there, and you know, it was a nice play, so you've got to give yourself credit for doing something good. Didn't submit to the temptation to play 8-6. I hope everyone can hear clearly. The 3-2's pretty much forced. You could play 13-8, but we're going to make the 5 point. And then I had another decision. As soon as I see the double 1, I know it's not clear, because there's so many different aces I can play. So I'm going to play bar 24, 13, 12. And then I'm thinking, do I want to leave blots strewn around the board in order to try and make the bar the 5 point or the 7 or even the 8 point? Or do I want to sort of button up just in case things go wrong? And I notice now I've got the 21 point. So maybe that argues in favour of playing big. I don't know. So 1 comes in, 1 hits. Does it matter what you did? I somehow sort of gave up on the play. I just thought I don't want to waste too much time. The best play is bar 24, 13, 12 twice, and then playing 8-7. But that gives 5s and 6s, so I don't think I would ever have been able to find that play. And then I was uncomfortable after the 5-3, because, well, I figured if he makes the 20, then I've got some tricky checker plays. So again, to recap, all I'm trying to do is make good decisions, try and get the PR to stay below what it is at the moment after my UBC, which was 3.8, something like that. So I'm trying not to make any screw-ups. And I was surprised when he hit, so that kind of put me off kilter a little bit, but it was the right play. So 1-3 was easy because I was always going to hit the blot on the 18 point. Where are we now? So he comes in with a 5-6, and I just thought he had to play around to the... Oh, yeah, I think I did think he had to play around to the 11. He thought about it for a while. Well, let's just take a look at this, because I have to be honest here. I don't... What would I have played with his 5-6? So he came in with the 5, and then I thought, well, he has to minimise shots, doesn't he? And not only is 17-11 wrong, it's just an enormous blunder. And I don't see what's going on here at all, really. I mean, I see that maybe if you come out... Ah! I didn't see you can make the 17. I missed that. I missed that in the match. I'm seeing bar 24-18 and I missed that now. And I don't know why I did. So of course, if you make the... That's why it's such a big blunder. Of course, if you make the 17, then you neutralise all the threats from my checkers on the midpoint and the 12. Okay. That's weird that I didn't see it. Fair enough. Fair enough. Anyone want to say hi? Hello, 4 viewers. You lovely people. So I don't know why I missed that. Bizarre. Okay. And Jerry missed it too. Sometimes, you know, our brains work in tandem or something. So that was a huge blunder. And then I had another difficult play where I guess the insta play is, the gut play is just playing 21-14, but I didn't like that at all because I didn't want him just to make the 20. I figured that if he makes the 20, then it becomes really difficult for me to play. So I decided to come out and hit, and then making the 18, which was good. Again, like I said, I wasn't sure about any of the plays. I wasn't sure about. Let me pause it. Hello, Martin. And sorry I didn't get to say hello to you. I did see you at the UK Open, but didn't get a chance. So what I'm saying is sometimes I'm making plays when I really haven't worked out whether they're right or not, but I know the clock's running and I don't want to go into an overthink. I don't want to use up too much juice, too much energy. And this play was one of them where I hadn't really worked out whether playing to the 18 and playing 6 to 5 was the right play. And then just to labour the point, I don't know whether I could have worked out, and if I try and work out now, and then I can see the answer, whether or not I would have been able to work out that 21-14 is the best play. I think maybe now I see, maybe it's just a matter of seeing. At the time I was very tired. I didn't sleep the night before, but I didn't see that if you just hit, you take a race lead and you don't get hit back, and that's quite important. So yeah, I wonder what other people would have played there, but that's what I did anyway. So I hit and I felt comfortable with it, I have to say. But this was just a hideous game, and this, he came in with 1-6 and played bar 24, and he safetied the checker from the 11. Obviously he's not going to come out. And then I had this hideous one where my instinct was just to play something like probably stack them all up on the 18, which isn't right. I mean, I lost sight of this position. The normal play is just to make the 21 and play 12 to 6, and then you're giving yourself a 1 and a 5 and an 8 to make the 5 if he doesn't hit you on the 20 point. And just to pause the video, I then saw that you can make the bar, and my thought process was just, well, oh, I blocked 6s and 5s, so I've got to do that. And then I picked the dice up, hit the clock, but I think I did that to the detriment. I mean, I didn't realise that he's just gonna, well, I don't completely see it now, but he's gonna have some sort of attack on my checker on the 21 point. So it does behoove me to make some sort of anchor. But in any case, I got kind of lost here, completely lost. I suppose, you know, if you make the bar and he hits, then the bar's not going to really prove to be much of an asset. He's just going to jump over, and then you've got all these blots to hoover up and stuff like that. So yeah, it was pretty hideous. So let's carry on. Yeah, I mean, I will say that I saw Jerry's board, and I'm not a major fan, but I just thought, you know, you've got to play. I don't have a board, so thank you, Jerry, for bringing one, but I found the colours a little bit difficult, but it just takes a little bit of time to adjust. Okay, so 1-3 he hit, and then double 2 was a monster, and it's exactly what I want because it's so easy to play. You can't really go wrong, and just a little bit of a breather for me. So I just make the 5 point. Obviously he fans, and then it's going to get easier. I've got a sense that, you know, you're just trying to bring your checkers out from the 24 probably as a priority, then from the 21. Ace deuce, easy. Just bring it up to the 21. I think Jerry fans again, where he comes in. He has to play behind. Nothing to do there. Yeah, and like I say, now the position is clarified. I've got a bit of a breather. 5-4. Yeah, if you like this video, like it. then I'm just being extra careful, taking time, but I know I'm going to play 21-12 here. Blocking double 5 as well, I suppose, is what I was thinking. And then if you bring it to the 12 point, double 5 is now going to make the bar. 4-2 is going to make the 8 point, stuff like that. So bringing checkers closer in order to make I need to make the 8 and the 7. So he comes up with a 3-2, which is also an easy play for him. So the position's clarified for him as well. Double 1, I wasn't that thrilled with because I wasn't sure what the idea here was, but I figured that it was probably to keep the checkers in a configuration such that you can make the 8 and the 7 point, so I just made the 9 point without being 100% sure. 5-3, he has to escape a checker, which is good. He doesn't really care about getting hit. His timing is pretty poor. And then I had a difficult play with the 5-1. I mean, I just thinking, well, if I leave my gut was to play 18-12. But then I'm thinking, well, I give him a 6-1 and I give him 1-6, 1-4, 1-5, which isn't that great for me. I mean, I do have an anchor, but if I fan, he can come out, and so another player I wasn't sure about. And then I'm like, can I come out from the 21 and dupe something? I'm always thinking, am I missing something? Is there something that I should be looking at that I'm not? And maybe that's a weakness of my play. I don't really trust, or I don't really know enough, is the idea. And then, so I did play 18-12, and then I thought, like, what is he doing? He's got to hit and cover. And I suppose I thought he's got to hit and cover because that was the reason why I didn't want to leave the 18 point. But as it turns out on plus, he should just be playing down to the 15, and not even, I mean, there's got to be mileage in coming out as well, because he's going to get stuck. You might have to crunch. So yeah, I was discrediting Jerry here, but he made a really good play, obviously seeing the danger in hitting. I got a 4-point board, he's primed, so he did come round. I would have fanned. 6-2 is going to come around to the 10 point, which is okay, but I certainly don't want to get hit, although he's got a blotting board. Double 1. Well, let me give him some time. Yeah, he rolls double 1. Yeah, so I like Jerry. The way Jerry's pace was good. He was thoughtful. He didn't take too much time like I did. Just coming up seemed sensible. There's no reason to stay back on the 24 point, and then you could play 3-2 or 6-5 with the last ace. I don't think it matters too much. 4-1, and this is the advantage of having like a plan or some sort of understanding of the position. I always was eyeing up making the 8 or the 7, and now when I roll the 4-1, I don't hesitate to leave 2 more blots and just make it. I mean, he's got a blotting board anyway, so even if I was to think about it, I would always make it. So double 4, you know, is disappointing, but if he's playing for B-map, easy decision. And yeah, and then the 5-2, maybe no one's going to miss this, but just the fact that you've been gunning for the 8 and the 7 point means that you're even more likely to see the play. So I made the play very quickly, I think, from memory. And then just normal stuff, getting decisions, getting the PR down. But I was transcribing this last night at Aref's, and my PR was already up to 16. So I thought it was going to be a bit nip and tuck as to whether I could remain below the 4 to get the GM, which was my goal. He left me another shot. I hit it. I wish I could forward this video, but it's a pop out, so I don't think I can do it. It's not giving me any... maybe I can just... silly me. If I just... Of course I can. Oh! Of course I can. And then I can do arrows as well. Oh no, I can't. Let's not get ambitious. So nothing was... Oh, hello. Let's... Where are we? So this game took a long time. Let me get back to where we were. Okay, that's fine. That's all we need. So he has 4 men back and... Don't know what happened there. Jerry got excited, knocked the board. We'll scoot forward because we don't care really about what happens here. But all I know is that I was getting decisions. As long as the plays weren't forced, my PR was coming down. Just for no effort whatsoever. Oh yeah, this double 4. I had this double... So you get to the position where I had this double 4 and I was foxed by it and I made a small mistake. What... I should have played the checker into the 3-point. I think it's safer, yeah. Hoping you guys can still see the... Yeah, you can, okay. Thought about it for ages. Oh, what did I play? Oh, whatever. Something. And then the 6-5. No, 6-5 is coming. I don't know why am I pausing. Why am I pausing? I don't know. 6-5. I was a little bit worried that I misplayed it, that it wasn't a forced move. That would be a disaster. 6-5 and then 5-4, of course. And then I'm thinking, well, maybe I get some decisions, but maybe, we'll see, maybe there are some difficult ones. I'm very comfortable here that he's got 4 men back. He's not going to be recubing for a long, long time. He's only got a 3-point board. That makes me comfortable. I wasn't, and I'm not really sure exactly how he should be playing his checkers. I think that 5-1 is fine. Yeah, let's just have a look here. And then... So I come in, I'm not going to burn a checker. That would be stupid. 4-3. He rolls a 4-3. So... Oh yeah, he came out, should he... I think this is... Yeah. Sensible play. For some reason I didn't see that. You know, he comes out and makes the 14. Obviously that's going to be good. Not much threat, but I was thinking, well, you don't want to leave the 23. I guess it's only 2-1 and double 2 and things like double 3. Then what have I got? 4-3. I was just playing super careful, just checking that I didn't have anything better. So there were some decisions here. Jerry's gonna roll a 4-1. Oh, and this is one when the transcription, this is what I didn't see, and this is what I get now. It's too much to split, because I'm gonna come in, if I roll a 5-2, 5-1, 6-2, 6-1, I'm gonna come in and hit the checker on the 23. Let me just pause a second. I'm gonna hit the checker on the 23. And he's going to have 3 checkers strewn about, and I'm going to try and go for a gammon, and that's the value of a gammon. Even when the boards are only 4, even though I've only got a slight board advantage, I didn't really feel or see strongly enough that the board advantage makes a huge difference, and you'll see with the checker play that I have down the line that the board advantage is critical. So I think that's an important point. Like, he should just play safe and kind of try and not lose a gammon. Like, it costs him 10% gammons just looking at the XG evaluation to do that. I didn't see that at all. So, and then my 5-4 was wrong. I should just come in closer. I'm not sure why. I'm not gonna... I guess I probably leave just as many shots, and I want to keep the checkers connected. Yeah, what am I doing? Why would I do what? Why did I do that? want to keep the checkers connected. 6-1. I thought about this for ages, and not knowing. Now he made the 14 point. Had he had the 14 point split, I think I would have hit immediately. But here, I was just checking that hitting was, you know, not ridiculous. And what I didn't like about hitting is, I guess what you don't like about hitting, which is that I don't have any covers, really. I've got 2s, and then I've got 3-1, and double 1. Anything else? And maybe some long rangers that cover, but if the checker on the 4 point, one of them was on the 5 point, then I would hit without even thinking about it. But yeah, so I thought about it for a long time. I was like, well, I don't want to get hit back here and then have a third checker back. But then I thought, well, he's got a 3 point board. Having 3 checkers back might make it even more difficult for him to get his guys home safely. So eventually I did this. Oh, I hit the clock immediately. Okay, fine. And the 6-1, believe it or not, is enormous, and I would never have guessed. It wins 6% more games. So if you don't hit, I understood that he's just going to come round and move his checkers. So hitting freezes your opponent. That's one of the things. 6-4 was an easy play, and I think that was pretty much it. So I'm not going to linger too much on this game. Again, I'm just taking my time, thinking I've already used like 8 minutes, and I'm sure, you know, that my opponent's just like, oh god, get the fuck on with it. Of course. This was, again, he had such difficult decisions, and I was really not sure. Like, what do you do with this? You want to stay back? What, are you going to come out to the 16 point and play the checker in from the 7 point to the 1? But that gives me a great 6. And I think he made the right play. I have no idea what the right play is. Okay, they're very close, both of them. I've analysed this on UBC, you know, plus, everything on plus. 6-4 was not forced, so I get a decision for it. And oh yes, he did hit. I was a little bit like, uh-oh, cube action. Is there going to be a cube? So just to be clear, I'm assuming most people that are watching this are pretty strong, but just to be clear, when I say uh-oh, cube action, when he hits there, I'm worried that the position is going to get strong enough for him that he is going to be able to cube me, and then when he cubes me, I'm going to have a difficult decision that I can make a mistake on as to whether to take or pass. And of course, in backgammon generally, you don't want difficult decisions, or you do if you want to learn. It's a bit of a two-edged, double-sided thing, but certainly in this B-map format, I don't want to be faced with a difficult decision. So you will see how quickly I then played my double 4. So I wonder if I fan. I don't think he's got a recube yet. I'm always thinking, what if I fan? And the double 4 means that I'm probably not going to get recubed at all. So after the double 4, I'm 80% favourite. No, maybe I could. There's some recubes. 80% is never enough. So that was the end of the game. Oh, hello. Something's gone completely. XG is gonna... What's going on? Oh dear. Okay, give me 1 sec while I get XG back. XG's gone on strike. Okay, here she comes. Yeah, that was pretty much the end of the game. It was a absolute horror. And I'm really curious as to how people would have played it, like the 6-3. Oh, the display driver stopped working. What was that? Okay, he's coming back. And all that stuff, the 6-3. I had no idea it was such a big blunder. And the game took, what, 18 minutes? I wasn't feeling any time pressure. I knew I wouldn't time out, but I was very uncertain as to how I played it. Let's just go back there. And then the okay, slowly. Okay, he's back online. Okay, and that was it. That was just a tremendously difficult first game. I brought it home. I think I rolled 6 or something in the bear off. Can't remember. That was pretty much it. And then, you know, it's like each game is has a totally unique character, completely different. I suppose you've got to treat each game with respect. Okay, so I was 2-0 up. 3-2 is my standard. Love coming up and coming down, very easy. So he makes both points with 2-2, of course. That's obviously right. Then 5-5, just play it very quickly, because I don't want to start thinking and then trick myself into making some stupid play. And I find these 6-6s sort of, they should be easy, but they're very tricky. I mean, I would just come out to the 18 and you can see that he wants to make the 5 prime, and he didn't even think about it too much. Just pausing it there. What the hell is going on? Yeah, and it's a big blunder. You just, yeah, I haven't seen, but yeah, it makes sense just to come out. And so I had one of these actually in my next match. If we get to that, then I'll put it on the stream, but it might be a bit too long to wait till then. I don't know if I'm going to finish this match, but he should actually make the 7 point instead of the 5. I don't think I would have done that. And I had this against, like I said, in my second match against Kristian Mills. I can only see that the swing on the 6-5. So just to go back one step, if you make the 7 point, of course you leave a blot. You won't be able to see it because I can't show you this on the board next to you, but you leave a blot, or like he has done, on the 7 point, and then you can get hit. But then what's going to hit you that's going to damage you, like double aces? So all in all, I'm not really sure why making the 5 point is that much further behind. And so let's say he makes the 5. If you can just envisage that. You can't. Okay, so let me not waste my time doing that. But anyway, so he should, coming up to the 18, I think is pretty clear to most of us. I'm not sure why he played it a little bit too quickly. But so the right play is coming up and making the bar, and I think because you don't get out with 6-2, 6-3, 6-4, that's it. It's not just 6-5. And so 4-2, I just played quickly. I didn't want to get cubed. It's enormous. You can't play anything else. And he didn't think about cubing. and it's a big cube. And then with the 6-5, I wasn't sure whether he should... hold on, let's just... I wasn't sure, like... Oh dear, what's going on here? Gammon go tactic in backgammon, what's that? Oh, it's Arif's. Yeah, so this is after he played the 6-5, but so he should have cubed, even though he made the wrong play, confusing. And then I'm wondering, I suppose because he hasn't cubed, he's not going to hit on the ace, but I'm wondering then if he had cubed, whether he should hit on the ace, make the ace point, but I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, I can check that, but I'm not going to. I quickly made the 5 point. Again, I'm trying to stop him from even thinking about cubing. Double 3, I kind of knew that he should be making the ace point. And you can see that he knows that something's up. He can't just play normally, but he can't quite see, I'm surmising, what exactly is wrong with just playing a normal play. And the thing that's wrong with playing a normal play is that he gives me too many numbers to improve, and they're not duplicated, so that, for example, the 2 comes up. I've got 2-6 to come all the way out. 6-1 is even an improvement. He should still be cubing, should he not? No, he shouldn't cube after this. Okay, is it remotely close? It's a little bit close. And now he has the a really long think, and he knows something's kind of got to give. And again, the pure play, I suppose, is just making the 2 point, and you can see that Jerry looks at it, but he's running out of time, and if he just tries to prime me, I'm not going to like completely prime him off the board, but I'm also going to be able to make a 5 prime. So what he really doesn't want is for me to make the 8 point. And then he eventually sees it. He eventually sees it. We got Neil Webb in the house. Yeah, Reese, it was lovely to meet you. You were unlucky against... God, I can't remember. Who did you lose to? We lost to Chris. Yeah, I wonder how easy or difficult it was. That start was difficult, and then yeah, this is the horror. And I'm like, what? You haven't cubed? I haven't even thought about cubing the last few games, and now you're like, oh, you just cube instantly. And this is what you get with you get this unpredictability with advanced players, improving players. It's not their thing to think too long and hard about stuff. And I guess for Jerry, if he misses stuff, he doesn't really care too much, and it just felt to him like it was a good cube. I will think for about 4 minutes on this cube, and I was just trying to work out what the numbers did. And the more I looked at it, the more I saw that even though 2s and 1s are duplicated, if he rolls a 2 or a 1, I thought like, well, if he rolls a 2 and a 1 and I don't roll a 2 myself, I'm pretty much dead. So I figured that, of course, he can roll a 1-6 and a 2-6 and a 2-5 as well, just come right out. So I gave those 20 numbers as like pretty much leaning towards the pass. And then I looked at the other numbers and saw that a lot of them kind of play well as well. So the only numbers that are really bad for him are like 6-4, 5-4, 5-3. Double 6 doesn't play, double 5. So 6-4, 5-4, 5-3, double 5. That's only 7 numbers. And then if you look at the rest of them, like 4-3 for example makes the 6-4, 5-4, 5-3. Well, I can't remember. What have we not dealt with? 4-3 is going to make the 2 point. And then I figured, like, and I'm sort of glad I spotted it, that he can still break the 6 point, and then I might not come in, and then he just escapes the checker. And I saw that having 3 checkers on the 7, 2 on the mid, and 1 loose was like very gammonish for me. So at this point I was just thinking, I think I'm gonna pass this. I mean, I usually always take stuff like this. And also I didn't want the game to end now. Like, let's say I make a big cube blunder, he gammons me, goes 4-2 up, and then shortens the game, and I don't get as many decisions as I need to get the PR down again. So yeah. And what else was I thinking? Of course, I mean, I win a lot when he rolls one of those 6 or 7 bad numbers. And I also win if he rolls, let's say, a 1-6 and I come in with a 2. And then he has to hit me loose, and I've still got a 4-point board. So yeah, it was really difficult. The computer thinks I should have taken, actually, on ++, but on the lower settings it thinks it's a borderline take pass. So yeah, I win 36% of games. And I suppose what makes it closer to a pass is the fact that he's 2-0 down. So there you go. So yeah, I took my time over that. So 2-1. Yeah, that was hideous. That was a hideous decision. I really wasn't sure. So you have all this doubt as to whether what you might have done wrong in the previous moves. 2-2 is easy, making the 22. 3-3, he just played instantly, and I'm sure, you know, usually, let me just pause a second, your opponent does this and then he takes back because he smells a fish, smells a rat, and knows that he should be making the 5 point. Should he not? I think he should. It's not very big, actually, so I would never make the 7 here, so it's not too big a mistake. Yeah, but he didn't, he just played it off the bat, which is fine. 5-4, I was uncomfortable, 2 down, you know, I'm going to have some decisions where I might have to come off the ankle with a 6-5. Actually, no, looking at it now, 6-5 is going to make the 3 point. So he ran, which is good, and then I had this, which was pretty horrible, but it wasn't the end of the world, I figured, because I knew that whatever I did, I wasn't going to make a huge blunder, so I did end up stacking them up on the 8, and I think at the time I thought this was the right play, and I was quite surprised I did this, stacking them up like this on the 8 point. It just looks horrific, but I suppose I couldn't find an alternative, and I didn't want to leave shots against a broken 5 prime, so I don't think this is an easy play, and the computer just likes playing 13-7, which looks uncomfortable to me. I mean, I guess I was just trying not to get into positions where I was giving him like some sort of cube decision, which might not have even been a cube, and ones where I have a brain fart and I pass and no double. So I was just trying to keep it tight and not. I think that was what I was thinking. 5-2, he just came round. That was fine. 6-1 was a bit awkward. There was a little bit of doubt as to. I mean, what else can I do? Could play 8-1, but you know, I had to. It did unstack the checkers on the 8. 3-2. I don't know why he didn't just come up. I suppose he didn't want to leave a shot. And then he just ends up doing this and just hitting the clock without even so much of a thought, which is just bizarre. And now I'm comfortable. Now my goal is to make the 5 point, so I leave a checker back on the 11 point, which I think is okay. The computer likes it, thinks it's the best play. 5-3 is good for him. He's just going to make the 5 point. That's an easy play. And now I'm going to be able to handle this dice roll. I'm going to know how to play it. But actually this was a little bit awkward. And then having spotted that I want to be on the 11 point, I sort of thought, well, I want to keep that checker on the 11 point. Maximum coverage. Let's say he rolls a 2-6 or a 4-5. At least I have shots on him. And then he came up, I think, finally. Keep the midpoint. Of course, you can't break the mid. Although it's only a small error. Double 5 was a very easy play. Oh yeah, this is what I don't like about this game. Yeah. So he fanned. I know this isn't a cube. I know I'm probably not even a favourite. No, I'm not. I'm not a favourite. After 6-5, I was thinking if I roll a 6-5 and he fans, I'm going to cube. And then I didn't really think about it, but I can see now that you've only got a few numbers to make the 5. And you can't really afford, if you don't make the 5, you can't really afford to spread your checkers from the 11 point in order to make it, because you leave too many shots against a 5 prime. So I kind of made up my mind to cube, and it's the open 5 point that hurts you. I just... what happened here? Actually, after making the 2 points, my opponent's got a cube, and I didn't even see that on the transcription. I only just saw that now. Which would have been an easy decision for me, of course, which is fine, that's what I want. And then I double, this is a hideous cube, and it's like, I was like, oh, why are you taking so quickly? And then I roll the 5-3, so I'd looked at the position, so I knew that 5-3 made the ace, and it's good to make the ace, because of course now 1-4, which would come up to the 5 point, doesn't come in. So 5-6, he comes right back in. Yeah, I mean, this was just a stupid cube. And then I'm forced to do this, leading 3 blots. So that can't be good. That can't be the situation I want when I've already given away the cube on 2. I mean, if he hits, obviously he just plays on for the G. So I cost myself like 2 full points by cubing in that variation. And then he fans. I had no idea that I'd screwed up so badly here. Eventually you'll see 6-5 comes in, comes out. Give me 2 seconds. Right, yeah, so obviously no decisions there at all. He comes in, saves the gammon, like... So a .13 no double is a really big no double. I mean, unless you're going to make some horrendous recube blunder. On a no double, .13 is very big. And it's not really the numbers, excuse me, it's the concept. I mean, the open 5 point was just too dangerous to make it anywhere near worthwhile cubing. Just cube after you come out, or after you make the 5 point. I wonder whether it would be takeable. Anyway, so I go 4-1 up. hardly even remember what happened in these matches. So 4-1 I split, didn't want to complicate. 5-3 I hate to see because it sends the second man back. I always say this, complicates the game because more checkers you have back. And then the 2-6 I had no idea because I didn't like the configuration of having 2 checkers on the 23 and 1 on the 18. It looks so weird to then only give yourself a 5 to link up on the 18. Whereas usually you have 6s, which is going to be 2 more shots at least. It just seemed extremely awkward, so I wasn't sure about that, but the computer thinks it's fine. I guess I made the play because I only had 4 checkers on the mid, so I didn't want to strip the mid or take 1 checker off it. And then, thankfully I spotted this play, like I'm 4-1 up. I finally realised, oh, you're 4-1 up. So you play carefully at, if the score's reversed then you just hit and play 11, but what you're trying to do here is stop him from cubing and just play defensively, and then he rolls the 3-2, and I thought he should have just come out, but so my 3-2 is very big. You can't hit. It's too dangerous. And then he's right to come down just because of distribution. And then I roll the 6-3, and now I have the same decision. Like, do I attack? And I'm like confused because, well, I just made a defensive play. So why shouldn't I be making another defensive play, which is playing 13-4? But then I realised, well, now I've got the 18 points, so it can't be too bad to try and win the game. So playing 13-4 is kind of resigning in a way, which is fine if you're leading in the match. You can resign. If you look at the evaluation, you see that 13-7-8-5 is the DMP play. It wins like 1.3% more games. So I played it. He comes in with a 2-1, which I wasn't sure about. But of course he's just not going to leave a shot. I thought like, well, why not play like 24 and 13-11? But his play is good. 6-6 is forced, which is no decision unfortunately, but at least I can't screw up. 4-2 is an easy play for him, so he came out, and now kind of comfortable but not comfortable because again, like trying to work to get a feeling of how difficult my decisions are going to be. Maybe my emphasis is completely wrong and I need to just welcome difficult decisions and try and work out how to play them better. It suddenly strikes me, but 5-6 was easy, going to make the ace point instead of come out, and then again another sort of forced play. I'm not going to break my 8 point to put a blotting board, play 8-2, so I have to come out. I wonder how bad 8-2 is. Oh no, 8-2 is right. Interesting. And we'll see. I didn't quite spot this, that after the hit that I could be in danger because I wasn't expecting to fan, and when he cubed it was like just after I realised, okay, yeah, this is a good cube. I hadn't really anticipated this situation at all, like I said, because I wasn't anticipating fanning. And then I soon started to realise at this score, he's 8 away, I'm 5 away, that I can pass quite comfortably. And I start to look at the numbers and see that most of them play for him, and the ones that are really good are devastating for me. Although there aren't that many of them. There's 4-4, 6-6, 6-4 pointing on my head. That's 5 of them, and then 2-2 is pretty good. And then when you factor in that I've got this huge gap in my board, then you see that I haven't really got much, and it makes passing easy. In fact, he should have queued before. I didn't see this at all before the 2-1, and then you'll see that taking would have been a huge blunder. But I don't think that was a difficult decision. So I run with the 6-4 just because I'm in front, and it's right by a tiny amount. Double 1 is fine. I kind of know how to play it. 4-2. Always tempted to play safe because I don't really want to get hit, but it's actually very close. And then double 1 is a pretty good roll for him, although it doesn't improve his offensive position, but coming up to the 22 gives him opportunities to more opportunities to attack, I suppose, because when you have the anchor, your attack can always fall back on your anchor. 5-4 is awkward, and I didn't know how he should play the 4, but I think he played it well. According to the computer, just coming down to the 9 point. Staying back on the 5 seemed sensible. Trying to provoke contact, and he did play down to the 9. And then my 6-2, I was going to get right because I, again, was playing defensively. Not trying to go crazy, just trying to get my checkers round, trying to get missed. So, not a difficult play, I don't think. And he did miss, and then again I got a bit trigger happy, but I'm kind of okay with the cube. I thought it might be a little bit early again, but I didn't want to miss doubles. It's a bit of an amateurish way to play, I guess. I mean, I did take my time and think, and I looked that most of the numbers play well. But I think what's going on here is that you make the 5 point first on his head, and then you double, and might be a pass, and you're 5 away. So you really want 1 point, and not desperate to get 2-2, and you're leading in the match. But I didn't understand that or see that. I just thought, well, it doesn't matter when I make the 5 point, as long as I can play safe and have chances of continuing to make it. And on that note, if he rolls a 2, I don't think he should... Well, actually, I'm not sure whether he should actually be playing 22-20, stopping me from making the 5 point. I suppose he should be. So maybe I didn't factor that into my calculations. So, like I said, I'm looking at all the numbers. 2-1 was the first one that came into my head, and it plays fine. 3-1 will make the 5 point. It does leave shots, though. 4-1 plays behind. So, I think I was just trying to be a bit too clever, and yeah. We go and get a glass of water, because we're a bit thirsty. Clock is paused, and then we back, and I didn't even say anything, just put the cube on the table, which is a bit rude, but there we go. And I did roll the 2-1. I did roll it. There's actually not too much going on in the rest of this. Let's just maybe we can scoot forward on this. 5-3, okay. I think I rolled a bunch of numbers that kind of don't do much. I think Jerry played fine. He just strengthens his board. Let's just carry on. Yeah, he makes that. 3-2. Obviously, I just have to play safe. Oh yeah, and then Jerry had this 4-2, and I wasn't sure at all how he should play it. Where are we? I wasn't sure, but he played it right. Yeah, I guess it's he wants contact. Okay, double 2 was a great roll. I'm always a bit foxed by these, but I just thought, well, just come closer. Forget about being 6 away from the blot on the 3 point, which is going to be an impediment, but just make the play and pick the dice up. Don't think too much. And then this was the 3-2. And my feeling was that kind of, even though I'm ahead in the match and gammons aren't that important to me, although they still are, absolutely. They're not relatively as important as they would be if I was trailing. I decided to hit, and I guess I didn't like the structure after lifting the 11 point. And lo and behold, Jerry fans, yeah, it was nice to, a lot of people gave me, said very nice things about the channel, and I hope they weren't just saying it, and I hope they meant it. I think they did. It was very nice to hear. So what did I have? Yeah, I would love to make the 5 point. Of course I was never going to. So I guess this is the advantage of his 18 point anchor as well. It's exerting some sort of impediment effect on my checkers on the 11, 9 and 8. 4-1, obviously I had to leave a shot. Let's carry on. Let's do some more scooting. It's not very interesting. Oh, I rolled a 5-3 and point, stuff like that, and then I leave a shot. No spoilers, but I end up leaving a shot, I think. I end up misplaying. I take a long time. I have a... So what is this? 5-2 is forced. And then I roll a 2-1, which is fine. And then I make a really annoying play. I mean, again, it really annoys me that I did this. Let's just go and catch up on the XG evaluation. So nothing wrong here, 2-1. And then I point, yeah, 5-3. And this is a 2-1. Is this... Just taking 2 off is fine. And then... I think this is because I'm tired. Gammons are a big factor now, and I should just take... I should just take a man off. And I didn't see that gammons were like... I'm really, really close to winning a gammon here. I don't really know why. Yeah. And if I'd have made the right play, I would have still left a shot. So there, he ends up hitting, and he doesn't make the 2 point. I mean, at least come in and slot the 8 point. I don't know what's right, but what he played in, I suppose that the only swing on not making the deuce is the 2-6, but then, and then he cues, and I had to just check that this could never be a take. I mean, I suppose he's got 5s, 4s and 1s to hit. But remember, I've got 2 checkers off. The score makes it easy, but let's say the scores are reversed, it might be a difficult decision. And so this is what you get, like random... Sorry to neg on Jerry, but this was like really annoyed me that he didn't make the 2 point. Because it... he shouldn't have made the 2 point. What should he have done? Just play round to the... Right, yeah, just... Okay. Making the 2 point was... worse than... No, slightly better than his play. Alright, wait, let me go back because I've talked a lot of rubbish. So the best play with the double 5 is just to outfield coverage, fine. But he just came in and didn't... Yeah, it confused me. So the best play is just to go for some outfield coverage. Yeah, it's so frustrating. I can't work out whether you're being sarcastic, but it is. I mean, it's backgammon. It's not really gonna destroy our world, but it was. That's what I was thinking in backgammon. So his double 5, Anyway, so he rolls 2-1 and he plays 11 and 5. I don't want to play too big. I don't want to give him a 4-1, 4-3, 4-6 to hit and cover, so I split. 5-3. What did I think? I thought I was rolling a 6-5, and that's why I reached for those checkers. 5-3 was really easy. Double 2. And when he rolls double 2, I'm getting uncomfortable because I'm gonna have difficult plays, and there could be cubes coming that I could screw up. And 5-4. Here's one of them that I could screw up. So really you're reaching for the checker on the 23, but as it doesn't go to the 14, you have to reconsider. And I play 2 down, and he should be cubing it. That's what I felt. I would be taking. Okay, he is thinking. I would have been right to take. So I wouldn't have made a mistake here. And now, I didn't really understand why Jerry was so reluctant to split. I mean, you're not desperate to split, but you know that you want to keep your 11 point. You know you want to keep your midpoint. So by elimination... Oh, maybe he made the right play. Oh, it was close. Okay, well, I would have split anyway, so I was surprised he did that. 6-3 took a couple of seconds, but I know I'm not going to do anything but come out and then pray that he doesn't cube. I think I would be taking again, but it's very close. And now he did this, and he should play something like 6-4, I suppose, and not stack them up. Yeah. And I knew that when I fanned, it was like, fine, happy. Passing all day and night. Why am I passing? Because just being hit on the deuce point with a 6 is, any old 6 is really bad for me. And then I've got no real defense. I've got a shitty board. I've got 3 points. Yeah, but cube decisions involving checkers trapped behind 4 and 5 point primes always seem so difficult. Yeah. Is that... Well, I think for me that I'm just worried about whether I should be taking correctly. I mean, he's got such a strong board, and I've got the relative board strengths is the difference is between the board strengths is quite high, I would say. So that's why I went for that. Yeah, I think you're right, Brian. And I'm guessing that you're from the States, which is nice to have an American on the stream. So what do we have? Double 4 I was delighted with, and then 5-1. Nice play, I think, just slotting. Okay, it's fine, it's not too bad. And even now, so I'm paranoid about missing cubes, I'm thinking about cubing. But it can't have been a cube. Well, the computers proves it wasn't a cube. Then after the 6-3 and the 3-1, I've got the same kind of thing. Like, is it going to be a cube? Is this going to be a cube? So he makes the right play. And then I look at, again, the weakness of I've got the 3 point again. It's not particularly strong to have the 3 point. I mean, it doesn't really get you that much. So I didn't cube. And it's very close. And then I was clueless, as in, I didn't think there was anything to think about in this let me pause the video. With this checker play, I had a 5-3. Let me go back. I got a 5-3 from here, and I should just be playing 13-5 and picking up the dice. That's normal. duping the fours. You can't, I mean, I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe it was just that I was really tired. I hadn't slept the night before because I was a bit stressed, and I played 13-8, 9-6, and I'm behind in the match. I just want to get myself into winning position, and you can't stack them up. I didn't realize it would be so bad, but actually the right play, 13-10, 8-3, is I didn't even see this. Playing one down to the 13 from the 13 and playing 8-3 is bizarre. I don't understand that. That doesn't seem like it can be possible. But there you go. Illinois, London here, London, Illinois. So yeah, I was a bit oblivious to that big boo-boo. And then again, I'm thinking of cubing. I got something, I've got attacks, and then the 6-5 I kind of saw immediately that you just unload. And didn't really think too much about it. I wasn't thinking, oh, happened a bit fast, but then I realised quite quickly after he rolled the 6-5 that when he doesn't hit one of those two, when he doesn't hit one of those two blots, I pretty much got a strong cube. I think it's a strong cube. And I thought he should be passing. And the computer says it's very, very close. Very close. Like, if anything involving a 3 or a 1, he's pretty much dead. And then when I rolled the 5-4, I didn't see that before the roll. I didn't really think about the cube, so I wasn't going to have time to see that it was a good number. And then he comes in. We're getting to the crunch time. Well, no, yeah, the dilly builder, but it's not just... Let me say more about that. That 5-3. You can't just analyze it. I'm just being like being a bit of a purist here. You can't just analyze it by saying, well, it's difficult because it's a dilly builder decision putting 8-3. I mean, that's true, but as far as I see this position, I cannot identify a reason for playing 8-3. I mean, I can. The sort of contradicting myself. You do want to have a checker on the 10 point in order to make the 5 or the 4 point. But what's so difficult, almost impossible to identify, is that the only way to do that, to keep it there on the 10 point, is by playing 8-3, and that's, I guess, the path to being able to find that play, to be able to see that you need the checker on the 10 point. So that's just to elaborate on the 3-5, but I think playing 13-5 is a reasonable play. I mean, unless we're really in the zone, I don't think 13-10, 8-3 is... It's just difficult. It's just difficult. So he played something with the 4-6. He should have duplicated the 3s. Yeah, I saw that. I wasn't 100% sure it was the right play. And then I have a very horrible decision. All I know is I'm up in the race, right? So I'm going to run with at least one of them. The question is, do I run with 2? And I rejected it on the basis of the double hits. I figured that there were more double hits the other way, but I'm willing to be schooled on a position like this. I don't see the I don't really understand what's going on. I mean, usually you start off by like wanting to escape one of the checkers completely. So if you get missed, and you get missed with let me pause the video. So I'm talking about the 6-5 here, so let me go back. So I've come out with 1 here. Like I said, I knew I was going to come out with 1 or both, but my decision was between the double falcon and just coming out with 1. And like I said, I counted up the double shots, and then I'm willing to concede. I don't think that's the critical factor in the move. I think the thing that I don't really know what exactly why you would just want to come around with 1, but I guess it's because you've got more chance of getting one of them completely safe. Plus, allied to the fact that if you just come around with 1, your opponent isn't assured of like making the 5 point on your head. I mean, there's only like 4 or 5 rolls that do that, so you're not in too much danger. Just going back 1 step in the thinking process, what I should have intervened with there is that the reason why you come out is to stop your opponent pointing on you or hitting you at a point that is far more important to him, i.e. the 5 point, than the 11 or the 10 point. So anyway, I was like going to come out with 1 or 2, I think. I didn't really consider 13-8, 13-7. I felt that it had to be right to come out in some form. And then I just decided, well, it doesn't duplicate any of the numbers, but if I get missed with 1, I think I might have a good chance of getting one of them safe. So I got the play right, but I think it's more out of luck than judgment. Brian, did I see the slotting the 5th point with the 5-3 play? Slotting the 5th point. The 5 point, you mean? Yeah, that's the play, the 5 point that I think that's a normal play, that if you're playing speed gammon and you're just playing by instinct, then that's the play that you make. That's the sort of the play the good players will make instinctively. So anyway, then Jerry had a kind of difficult 6-3, but I don't think there was any other play. It dupes the 5s as well, so that's an even bigger plus point for it. I mean, the alternative is there isn't. You're so far behind in the race, so even if you could get safe, you're not going to do it. So I was pretty certain that he was going to do this, so I'm just sort of sitting there waiting for him to actually hit the clock. We know that he's going to do it, and I need to roll a 5. And I saw the 6 and didn't realise until later that it came with a 5, so I was happy. I wasn't going to make a mistake. 4-6 was a downer, again, because now I'm not going to gammon him, but also I might have some tricky plays. And you will see that I do have tricky plays. So this 1-3 is pretty obvious. I'm just checking to make sure, just double checking. In fact, no, it's not obvious. I didn't make the right play. So I should play 14-11, 1 round to the 11 point, and then play 9-8. So nothing's ever obvious. Double 1 is a good roll. He's just going to make 2 points and stuff. Yeah, and then I had these these decisions where they were awkward, but there was never any chance that I was going to volunteer a shot against a 5 point board for not much gain. I mean, the next best play after playing safe is 13-7-6-3, with the idea that if you get missed, maybe you can make the bar, but you don't really gain that much. So his 4-6 was when he makes the anchor, is an amazing roll, because it makes it so difficult for me to come home. He plays 3-2. I'm just going to scoot forward a tiny bit now. Double 2, so he keeps his board. I had to leave a shot with 3-1. That was why there's a block there. 2-1. Okay. Still not quite safe. 5-4, he takes a little bit of time, but finally comes up with the right play. He can't break the mid, because the mid is very important to hold my checkers on the midpoint. and hit me if I have to do something that leaves the midpoint. And that's my 6. No. What? Yeah. Oh yeah. 6-3. I had a 6-3 where I had to. I'll just show that on the. I was just thinking about it. I had nothing else but to do this, and the problem with this is that even if I get missed, I'm still going to leave shots next go. But I was quite confident that if he cubed me, then I was taking. I mean, I was pretty sure it wasn't a cube. And then he missed. I suppose he had to give up the mid. Yeah, this is what happened. 6-3. My 6-3 was right. His 4-2 was close. He could have kept the mid, but I ended up rolling a 6-1. Just about spotted the right play, and he missed. Then I left more shots, so it's like it was horrible. And then I'm just gonna kind of spoiler alert, because he does roll. There we go. He rolls the 2-1, and then that's it. It's over. He's gonna go 7-4 up. I'm not sure what he said there. Okay, so he goes 7-4 up. Here we go. So not long to go. Not long to go. Maybe I'll do the second match tomorrow.
I know you didn't intend to do that.
Don't know what we're talking about here.
It was a fine cube anyway. If you look at this.
Don't know what crap I'm coming up with. Okay, so Jerry's leading 7-4. Another 4-1. So I split. What happened in this game? He makes the 5. Oh yeah, I have this nasty 5-1. How do you play these? I still don't know how to play these. So I don't think I'm going to make the 23, especially because I'm losing in the match, so I want to be aggressive and not make defensive plays. So what do I do? Stack them up on the 8 point? I don't know. All I know is my move is a mistake. Oh, I could just play 23, 22. My mistake was seeing that that I thought I had to play 9 to 8, which you don't. You just move the one from the 23 to the 22 point. I mean, I wish I could show you this with the arrows, because I know some people find it difficult to know which point's which, but I can't do it because the board's the wrong way round. 6-1. Oh, he found, and I was thinking about making the defensive 18 point with the 6, but luckily I chose the right play. Although it's close. Good roll for Jerry, making the anchor. Easy play. 5-4. Not too difficult. These always come up. What do? Do you play 13 to 9 or 6 to 2? So 13 to 9 is not only going to leave 4s to hit, but also 3, 5 and 6, 2. So that's going to leave 15 shots. The other way only leaves 11 shots. But the other way, when you play 6 to 2, you're not assured of making the point. And if you do make the point, then it's not really a point you want to make. So I think I should have come down to the 9. And then Jerry just releases all the pressure by coming out from the back, which he shouldn't do. Oh no, he should, or not. All right, I've got one man back. Okay, I'm not sure what I'm talking about, what I'm not seeing in the position. Eventually I make the 2 point with 1-6. Okay, fine, but the 1 is forced. I don't really want to be on the 23 point, but there's no alternative because I'm going to make the 2 point with the 6. 6-3, okay. is a good improvement, looking to make his bar or the 4 point. 1-2 is a sensible play, just coming up because I'm ahead in the race and I want to escape. What is this? 4-2, great roll, making this 4 point. That's a no-brainer. And I desperately want to escape, which I do. 6-1 is a no-brainer, although I've got a blotting board, of course. Not hitting would be a tragedy. Double 4. I'm not sure. Yeah, he should have come out to the 16. I think he makes a mistake here. Yeah, he does. But he thinks about it for a long time, so we don't need to linger. There we go. He comes down to the 9. And then I roll this 1-6 and I play it instantly. So what's going on here? Why am I so sure that I should be making this wrong play here with the 1-6? I suppose I leave just too many shots. If it works, it's good, but when it doesn't, it's too dangerous. So I should just stay back and play 13-7. So when I come out to the 18, he's got all these 10s and 11s. Well, not that many, but he's got those as well as the numbers that hit on the 18 points. So it's too big, I suppose. But when it works, it's good. But it didn't work. He hit me. I fanned, and now I was quite happy because I knew that he wasn't going to cube. It's too good. Oh, has it not analysed the 6-5? So he should have. I wasn't sure what he should do with his 6-5. I suppose just make the 3, but I'm not sure. Does he want to get hit? I suppose just come out with make the 15. Okay, fine. And then I come in with a 1-2, which I don't really want because it's uncomfortable. Now I have to hit, but it could be wrong. You know, it could conceivably be wrong to hit, but he doesn't cube, luckily. I mean, what's the cube action after? Anyway, he comes in with a 4-2 and hits. Yeah, I suppose I would have taken. 3-1 make the 22, and I can't remember what happens. Oh right, he hits me with the 4-1. Come back in with a 3-5, and then he just brings them round, and eventually, he cubes me out, right? He misses a few cubes. Yeah, he needs to be cubing me in positions like we will get to, like scoot forward a bit, like even here. So I've got 4-1, he should cube this, I think, because he can leave a shot. Maybe it's a little bit too good, because I've got a crap board. So, okay, fine, but then if it gets worse, okay, it's still too good, right? It's a little bit too good in this position. But like I said, there's danger with 6-5, 6-1, maybe other things that I'm not seeing. And then when I make the board, and he's got the next position on the board. Here, before he rolls, he should double, because he might roll a double 5, and then I might hit him, and then he loses all his advantage. So he should claim his point now. I can never take. Again here, he should double, because of this. When I hit, it's not good for him. He can't cube after he gets hit. But we are getting to the end, finally. 3-1, I make some ridiculous play here. Why did I do it coming up? So now it's too good for him again. And I just didn't see. I come out, he does that. He should be trying to win a gammon, I suppose. And here, I didn't come out. I mean, it's not ridiculous, but it seems pretty wrong. I didn't want to get hit with 2-1 and stuff like that. But then I realised afterwards that there's outside chances of being gammoned if I do what I did. Anyway. Oh. And he missed a small double later on somewhere. And then I got out of that game without doing too badly. So let's go and the final game. The beautiful finale. It last 24 minutes, this game. Another, okay, 5-4, love a bit 5-4, okay, so I split. I think I remember this, he rolls a 6-5, I roll double 5, point on him. I had a feeling that I would win this game and I was wrong. Of course, 4-1 he comes in and hits because it's Crawford's, he's trying to win the game, he's not scared of being gammoned. Dupe some of the 4s. Double 4, monster. I mean, I was sure that I was going to win this game after double 4. And then he comes in with something like a 2. And then I roll a 3-4, I remember this. 3-4, I come down. I think he comes in with both. Again. Yeah. And then I almost didn't spot that he wasn't on the bar and that I didn't have to safety the man that was on the 10 point, but I did spot it at some point, like at about 4 minutes 57, suddenly realised, oh, you can't leave the man there. And then I didn't really know how to play the, I admit, I didn't know whether to keep my checkers split because I had a good board or whether to button up some of them. 6-2, I mean, I knew he was going to hit eventually. It was like with his 6-3, where it's just a matter of time. I suppose he has to sit there and watch me just check. And then 5-1, I thought, well, he can't come in with a 5 again, but he did. And now I hated this player. I rolled a 4-6 and I should have just come out to the either to the 15 or to the 14 and spread my checkers and not strip the mid. Yeah. I mean, why? Yeah. I know what I was thinking. I thought, well, if he fans, I want a checker on the 7 point, but the likelihood is that he doesn't fan. He's a favourite to come in, although it's a small favourite. And then my checker's misplaced. He thinks about this 2-4, but I think he was right to come out. Doesn't want to get hit again, get another checker sent back. So that was that. Yeah, this is where I wasn't sure what I should be doing. I felt I should be safetying this checker here. That seems sensible, not wanting to be hit with a 5. And then I suppose, why not just come off the 20 point? But I wanted to... I could have made the... Oh, I didn't even see that. Still not seeing that now. Could have made the 20 point. So that's like a 1% error. 2-1, he plays safe. In fact, he should have done what he showed me that he saw, which was play 6-5, 5-4. 6-5, 6-4. double 5 I just played way too quickly. We'll get to it. Yeah, I should have just made the 8 point, but there were lots of possibilities. Computer likes playing 21-16 and slotting the 5 point so that you've got the checker on the 16. 21-16. Ah, you make the 16 and come out all the way. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. He rolls a double 5. I thought this was a difficult play. He should have just made the 3 point. I knew, yeah, he shouldn't think about making the ace point. When he's got lots of checkers back, he just wants to, especially at DMP, I mean at Crawford, make the points in order. So what did he do? What did he do? He brought them all down to the 8 point? Oh, he came out. Right, yeah, of course. Well, at least he's still got the checkers in play. Then I had a 6-1, which I wasn't sure about, but it's close. We are getting to the end. He makes his board, double 1. Oh yeah, this double 4, I thought, well, why not take the opportunity to clear the mid now? Because if I get those 2 checkers safe that are behind the mid, then at least I've solved one of my problems. So obviously I have to play 6-2 with the second one, yeah. And I think I was right to do that. So that's a good decision, or maybe it's relatively close. No, it's a good decision. And then I think he rolled double 3. Did he? Yeah, which he takes a long time over, and I'm not sure why he did what he did. He stacked them up on the 5 point. I'm not sure what he saw there. Fair enough. Takes his time, and then what? Oh, I roll a good one, ace 5, so it's an easy play. I get the checker from the 16 safe. And then a 5-4. Not sure what he rolled, but it came down to this position with a 5-3, which he played correctly. I wasn't sure, actually. I thought he should have played 2 down, but I was completely wrong. Okay, I guess... I don't know. You can explain to me why that's wrong. Yeah, maybe I would have made the 5. Anyway, he thinks about it for a while. So yeah, I think Jerry takes a lot of time on this final game. I suppose because he realises that he's close to the finishing line. So I suppose he also wants to be careful. 1-5 is a good roll because it escapes. If I get missed, I'm good. Ah yeah, and then he missed with a 4-3, and he played a reasonable play, the right play. I got it safe again, and now I thought, well, I'm way up. I'm actually going to win this game. So this is where my luck is going to pull through. I was an 80% favourite. But my 4-3, I just do this, keeping a spare and stuff, whatever. And then he rolls a double 5, which wasn't really in the script. And he makes, I think, a really good play, or a reasonable play at least. Because he's not sure if he's up in the race. That's perfectly legitimate, so he's not sure whether he should run or stay back. And he stays back with 1. He stays back with 1. Then I roll the 1-6 and take ages just to make sure that I have to hit, but I'm way behind in the race, so I hit. And then he rolls a 6-4, and that's pretty much it. and that was the end of the match. But luckily, I managed just about to play a 4.31. Jerry played a 9. I've played one more match against Kristian Mills, which I lost. Maybe I'll go through that at some point during the week. But having averaged, I think, in those 2 matches like 3.6, 3.7, it should be that I got the Grandmaster title, unless there's something wrong, unless the requirement for the number of matches you need to play changes. I've sent my matches to Dimitri, and it was always a bit of a goal of mine to get that. And not that many people have got GMs, unless the list hasn't been updated. If you look at Backgammon Masters awarding body, there are like 40 people, which is it's a lot, but it's not everyone. So yeah, finally it happened. That's it from me, but thank you for watching. Hello everyone. Thank you, Mrs. Bubbles. You take care too. Hope it's nice weather in Zurich. Thanks Martin, thanks Reese, thanks Neil, thanks Brian, and thank you the lurkers, and see you soon. Bye.